Greetings in solidarity from Dorset District National Education Union. As many of you will possibly know, the NEU was formed when the Association of Teachers and Lecturers, ATL, joined with what was the National Union of Teachers. And I'm very proud to stand here today as a member of that union, as Rob said, because we have for decades stood in solidarity with the Palestinian people, and our union has been unequivocal in its support for an immediate ceasefire. Now, when Sam asked me if I would say a few words, I agreed, and then I thought, but actually, what can I say? What can I say that hasn't already been said? How many more times do we have to repeat the statistics, the starvation, the humanitarian crisis, before those in our government will actually open their ears and listen? And they are complicit in this genocide. They are complicit because they stand by and they watch the rubble of Gaza stained with the blood of Palestinians, and they do nothing to stop that. They have no compassion, they have no humanity, and they have no moral compass. I think I might have to apologise to Gordon Brown for nicking that from him, but hey-ho. I'm going to keep this quite short. I'm just going to give you a few statistics, and then I'm actually going to finish on a piece of relatively good news in such an appalling situation. But we know that there were, I think it's 15,000 sets of children's clothes laid on the beach in Bournemouth. 5 kilometres. I suspect they had to choose the beach very carefully to find one that was long enough to lay that line out. And if that doesn't prick the consciences of those in our government, I have no idea what will. In Gaza, there is no schooling. It has stopped completely. So there are over 500,000 children without access to education. And we know they have no access to food, supplies, clean water and sanitation. 90% of the school buildings in Gaza are used by those who are as safe places. They're used for people to gather. 200, and these statistics are not current up to date, so it's going to be more than this. Over 200 teachers and educators in Gaza have been killed. In the West Bank, most schools are closing because the journey to school for those children is unsafe, and so they've had to go to online learning, and children have been killed there. And as Barry from the choir mentioned, I visited the West Bank probably a little more recently than him, but a fairly long time ago. And I was appalled by what the IDF, young people who've been conscripted, who have no life experience beyond what happens in their own kibbutzes, I was appalled at the suffering and victimization they imposed on people. And why? Just because they can. There is no reason for it. The NEU, as I say, has stood in solidarity with Palestine for decades. And at the moment, we are working with Save the Children Fund the target was to raise £50,000 for food, for toiletries, for sanitation, and for psychological support for children and young people. To date, that 50,000 target has been exceeded. It now stands at 74,000 plus. And that has only come from about 330 supporters. The NEU districts, that's what we call, what many unions call their branches. The NEU districts are pledging vast amounts of money through their membership. And I'm very proud that we are doing that. And I think that target of 50,000 may well reach 100,000 before April, when the appeal closes. So, as everybody has said, we have to keep doing this. And not all of us will be able to make every rally or every demonstration or every piece of action. But I'd like to thank you too for coming here today, so that we know wherever we go in Dorset, as a choir and as individuals, we know we have support for continuing this struggle. Thank you.